So, Boys on Film are covering BFI Flair 2022. Today we're talking about Wildhood, a drama written and directed by Bretten Hannam. It stars Phillip Lewitski, Joshua Odjick and Avery Winters-Anthony. It's a Canadian film and it is a mixture of two of my favourite kind of films, road movies and mysteries. Is that how you would sum it up, Raj?
Yeah, it kind of had that Peanut Butter Falcon sort of feel to it, which I really like movies like that. So yeah, this was definitely a must-see. I mean, when I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, this is totally my kind of film. And I didn't expect to fall in love with the film so quickly. Like, we were just talking about Private Desert, and I can't decide if I liked Private Desert or Wildhood more, because both were equally as good films. For me, there's two standout films of BFI Flair.
Do you want to tell us about the story first of all? Because you sent me a message saying, oh my God, I was so moved. I was blubbing. And I wasn't that moved by it, although I thought it was touching. But I'll tell you more later. But yeah, I don't think I was as moved by it as you were.
Yeah, where's Sean when you need him? Because he's always good at these story synopses.
I know, yeah.
But I'll give it my best. I'll give it my best shot. So basically, it's a story of a young guy. He kind of lives with his abusive father, and I think it's a younger brother. Basically, the father has told the son that the mother's dead. The mother left at such a young age, and basically told the son that your mom is dead. And anyways, this kid has a younger sibling living with him as well, and sort of really looks up to him as like an older brother figure. He finds out that his mother is alive. He finds a box of cards that she sent him over the years, and he really gets upset with his father and puts his truck on fire and heads out with his little brother to find his mother. You know, he tries to dye his hair blonde, to assimilate and fit in, in this little small town that he's from. But yeah, he basically goes on a road trip to find his mom, and he meets someone along the way. Then you can tell immediately that once the two meet, there's a bit of a yin and yang connection there.
I don't know if you thought this, but he reminded me of River Phoenix.
Now that you say that, that totally makes sense.
Do you think that? Because I was
now that you say it, there's almost like a My Own Private Idaho sort of feel.
Yeah, definitely. And it was really, I couldn't stop thinking about it either. And I thought he was great. And because at the beginning I was thinking, like, it's funny because like as the film went on towards the end, I was like, oh, he's really handsome and good looking, but at the beginning I didn't think that necessarily. I think that's probably because of the way he was portrayed, and his acting kind of made me feel more warmth to him as a human being, so I think he delivered on that front.
Yeah, and the main theme here too is that it's exploring sexuality in the two-spirit way of thinking, or theology. I don't know how you call it really, but it really sort of explores those themes in the film, which I don't think I've seen quite enough of, actually. I remember on the HBO show, We're Here, they have a whole episode about it, and I just thought it was fascinating how homosexuality is dealt with and thought about, but I don't think I've ever seen a whole film sort of dedicated to it, and what people are like trying to push their heritage away and try to fit into like an American society, or I'm not really articulating this very well.
No, you are, because I was just thinking that, because I think they were relying on ancient traditions to kind of get through all that crap that they were dealing with, because they had a lot of, tough stuff going on at home, especially when you think about his living conditions as well, because his dad was very aggressive and he escaped that. But
and I think why it touched me so much is because I grew up in a small town, and you always feel a little different when you're in a scenario where you don't fit in. Something's not quite right, and that's what happened to this kid. He has Native American roots in him, and he didn't grow up in that environment. So but he always felt like something was missing. And I guess I identify that with, because I never, as a, even up till I was 18 years old, never really identified with my Asian roots. because of different circumstances and whatnot. So there's a lot of processing that goes on in this film, and I think it was dealt with just absolutely beautifully.
I mean, that might be a reason why you were more connected to it than I was, maybe, because you were thinking about your background and your time growing up. So that might be a reason why maybe I didn't gel with it as much. I don't know. It's funny because I was going to ask you about the sound in this film, because it seemed to be like they were mumbling quite a lot, the characters in this film, and I don't know whether that was just my hearing or whether my sound system wasn't like delivering that well. I don't know. It felt like I struggled to keep up with the conversations.
I didn't really have that problem, but I tend to watch things with subtitles anyways. So,
maybe that's where I went wrong.
Because I just like seeing the words. I think when I see the words, even though they're speaking, even if they have accents or not, like I just think it sinks in a bit more. So even like regular TV shows, I watch them with subtitles sometimes. So I don't know. I didn't really pick up on that. I mean, there was probably a few places that it could have been, lit better or shot better, or audio could have been better, but I don't know. I just thought it was a very classic indie feels, all the feels indie movie that I really enjoyed. And I think a lot of people out there will identify with it.
Yeah,
because some people don't really explore their heritage or their roots until later on in life, and to find someone that is also of the same heritage and comes from the same roots as you is quite rare when you grow up in a society where you're different. I think that's why I was like bawling at the end. I was absolutely bawling. So again, don't want to give away the end of the movie, but it's quite the journey.
Oh wow, that ending I thought was beautifully done. I mean, again, we can't talk about it. Don't want to say anything to spoil it, but I thought that how that played out on the beach, the scene I'm talking about. Yeah. I thought that was so well done and so respectful as well. And I just, I loved it. That's the really memorable scene from the film that I'm really taken away from it.
Very broad shades of Peanut Butter Falcon. Very broad shades of Now I See It, My Own Private Idaho. But really, this film just tugged on all the heartstrings for me. So for me, I'm going to have to give it 5 stars. 2 5-star films.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to give it 3, but that's not to say it's a bad film. I did enjoy it. I thought the performances were strong, and I thought, it was a great story, really respectfully done as well. And but I just wasn't as moved as I wanted to be. And I don't know why that is.
Now what's going to happen is you're going to see Tramps and love it, and I'm going to be like, yeah, it was all right.
That's the one film that I'm really looking forward to seeing. See, that's me growing up. That's my history. So there we go. 5-star from Raj, 3-star from me. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments below. All the links to where you can check it out. If we've got a release date for it yet. I don't think there will be, because we're obviously up front because of the festival. But let us know if you've been to Flare, if you've seen anything, and hopefully you could subscribe and like this video and share it with everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Good to see you, Raj.